Oh, my name's Fox9, so day and I'm Fox. This was newest episode of Amphibia, Ivy on the Run, and, shoot, what was it? It was Ivy on the Run and something else. Also, I am going to be reviewing, the Ben 10,010 episode. Apparently it released in Europe, and there's a way to see it. I have to look it up, but yeah, apparently it's already out, which I'm like, all right. They just need to they just need to put these all at the same time or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna review that soon. But this was damn, where the hell is it? Okay, here we go. First Temple. Oh, that's the next one. After the Rain. So first off, I love these episodes anyways. I love these. But I will say, out of the two of them, one of them is very, very stupid. And that being Ivy on the Run, which this episode basically what it is Ivy gets fed up with her mom, basically because her mom's like, look, you see this, your chores are to clean this plate. The plate's clean. No, don't you see that little tiny speck that I can easily scratch off, or you can easily scratch off? Or setting up the table or folding these swans exactly like this and all this stuff. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, I see exactly why Ivy wants to leave. It's not even like at least for me, like how how you see a certain trope like this. It's like, oh, well, Ivy's really just being unfair or being a little brat or something. It's like, no, the mom's being the brat in this scenario and kind of being an a-hole. This eventually leads. I'm just going to summarize this one. This eventually leads to Ivy and the mom after seeing Anne doing some Muay Thai. Actually, no, they didn't even see it. It just so happened to end up in a ring where they just so happened to be arguing in a ring after being chased by telephone bugs that apparently they have where they can just talk to each other via long distances, I guess. B phones. But basically, this then goes into a fight where it's the mom against Ivy, which Ivy wants to basically say, like, she wants to leave Wartwood, she wants to explore, and she doesn't want to do the Tish stuff. So those two fight. Ivy just needs to beat her once. The mom apparently is super good at fighting, and everyone's like, whoa, what the hell? Because obviously, she probably was an adventurer, which, yeah, this is what they say later on. But then eventually, the mom does what I think is I've seen this trope done so many times before, ever since, obviously, Karate Kid. And I've never even seen Karate Kid, but I know it's from Karate Kid. And I've seen this trope done so much better than this. And I'm like, this is so stupid how you did this. And it's like, yes. Daughter, do the, folding the swan. Oh my god, I broke your hands. No, do it's just like random movement and stuff like that. It's like, all right, now do washing the dishes. Now do the flipping the napkin. And all I'm doing, I'm looking at this. I'm like, you do realize that this is the daughter that would be perfectly fine learning how to fight. And I don't mean that in the sense of I mean this in the sense of, I think Ivy would literally be someone who would be like, okay, yes, I had to go do some tedious shit sometimes, or I have to repeat doing this one thing over and over again, but if it's helping me fight, or learn how to fight and become super strong, I think I'd be okay with it. At least to me, that's how Ivy kind of comes off, and it kind of is confirmed by the end when, well, Mom, you're really good, and then she's like, yeah, Mom's like, yeah, I've been teaching this whole thing so that way you could go on trips with me. And all I'm thinking in my head again is, you could have just told her. Ivy, I think, is a character who would have been like, alright, Sprig, sorry, I can't go bug hunting right now. Why? Because I gotta learn how to do Muay Thai and fight and it boggles my mind how much I was watching that, and I'm just like, you could have just told her. You didn't have to do this whole run around Mr. Miyagi bullshit. You literally could have just went, yeah, we're gonna learn how to do. We're gonna learn how to fight, and I'm sure would be 100% okay with that. That's why I was just watching this entire episode. I'm like, oh my god, here's what I say, filler. There's no real thing as filler unless it doesn't attribute to the story in any way. And I mean that in a sense of in Bleach, like let's say Bleach. There's an episode where they bake a cake. Is that going to come up at any point? No. Are we going to get anything from those characters? No. Oh, actually, another one. Naruto after Sasuke leaves the anime. Like Hinata and Naruto apparently go on some kind of secret mission, and like Hinata learns her own move that's like super powerful and stuff. It's like, wow, that's awesome. It's filler. So she never uses that move in the main manga. She never uses it in any other part of the anime. It's not that I'm aware of. So it never is brought up. It basically never happened. So it's just like that is the thing. So like this, okay, yeah, there is at least some character development here with Ivy and her mom, which, you know, that'd be cool. We'll probably see more of that little training bit, or like Ivy going on adventures with their mom at some point. But, and like even Steven Universe had something similar to this with Steven and Amethyst like doing wrestling together. And one time when Amethyst said, "No, I don't want to do wrestling anymore," and Steven was heartbroken. And basically, you know, it builds character, it builds a relationship between these characters, and it's good. This was just like, okay, you didn't need the Mr. Miyagi bullshit. You really didn't. Like, the best way I would describe this is have the mom have Ivy doing this because she knows that like Ivy's super willpower or some shit. I don't know, like something where like she's like she needed to learn patience, and that's why she was doing all these tea things before she went to the actual fighting. If that was the case, and you know what, maybe that is the lesson, because like that was the whole lesson being taught to Polly, and if that is the lesson, I guess. But even then, I still think Ivy would have been it still doesn't work, because Ivy would, I believe, I would just think Ivy would be patient if her mom told her, look, we're gonna learn how to fight, so you can go on adventures with me, but you have to, you know, learn and follow my lead and stuff like that. Like, I feel like Ivy would have done that. Like, I don't think Ivy would have just went off the collar. Like, Ivy, the reason why Ivy was getting mad and the reason why Ivy didn't want to be with her mom and wanted to at one point like run away was literally because of the bullshit her mom was putting her through. I don't know. To me, I'm just like, that's bad parenting, and also just like, yeah, like I just thought of something terrible. I'm like, maybe this is why Disney moms never. Well, no, Ida's a good Disney mom. Ida is a good Disney mom. Camilla and Ivy's moms are like, yes, I'm going to do something that's going to be terrible for my child, and I know is terrible for my child, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it even though knowing it's bad. Maybe this is why in Disney movies the mom always dies. Or 90% of the time the mom dies or isn't in the movie for most majority of it. Unless it's a stepmom, which Ida breaks that mold immediately, because I would say like usually the stepmom's evil, but Ida's actually a really good mother. So I keep bringing up Owl House during these things. So I that's like, so far Ida in animated series is so far probably one of the best mother figures in animated TV right now. Oh God. If you want to give me another version of a really good mom in modern TV right now, in an animated series that is a good mother, I would like to hear it. But so far, I think Ida is the best one. In any case, Disney moms aside, yeah, that was that episode. And then the next episode, which is kind of what I've been waiting for, and is kind of like what, you know, the show's kind of been building up, and is slowly, you know, raising the rating for me in Amphibia. Because again, Owl House, if Kipo was going right now, Kipo would be above Owl House. But right now, Owl House, Ben 10, Kid Cosmic, because those two shows know how to use their characters. Like, yeah, they're spreading the story. Well, Kid Cosmic, like, that one's like, you know, season 1, and like it spreads out the story actually pretty evenly and pretty well throughout that one season. And, you know, even, like, steps up for season 2. And then Ben 10, like, Kevin, they're it's extended how long they have multiple threads that are kind of spread out. But, you know, if one storyline isn't getting picked up, another storyline is getting picked up. Or, hell, there's just certain things. Like, it could be from points of villains, like, you know, dripping down, going up. Like, you know, losing their faith in something, but coming back for it. Or, again, Kevin slowly being corrupted and being hinted at that he's going to get corrupted. And then, a connection between his Omnitrix and Ben's. And, you know, a bunch of things. Like, Ben, like, that show has really good storytelling after season 1. Let me rephrase that. At the finale of season 1 onward. But yeah, and like, Amphibia's kind of there, kind of in the third spot. But I honestly feel like it's creeping up to the second spot. Just with this episode alone. Which is after the rain. Just with this episode alone, I feel that way more. And basically, Anne gets a note from Marcy that's saying, like, okay, she's going to start traveling from Newtopia to Wartwood. And basically, you know, prepare, get your shit. We're going to head to the first temple. Awesome. They all start packing their stuff and everything. Anne says, hey, Hop Hop, so can you get us the music box? We need that. Hop Hop's like, sure. Actually, I want a replica of that music box. Hop Hop goes outside at one point, and hears Hop Hop going outside later on, late at night, and Anne's like, hey, I'm going to scare him. And I'm just like, okay, I feel that on an emotional level. Because the thing about this household is that we all freaking scare the shit out of each other very often. And it's funny because some people will complain, say, stop doing that, and then they'll try to scare you back. That's a fun bit about this household. But that shit was funny. But like, she goes to do it, but she overhears Hop Hop as he digs under the tree, and it's like, the music box is gone. And basically, Anne's like, what? And obviously, then Hop Hop spilled the beans, and gets mad and just goes, I don't like. She was just done with Hop Hop at that point. She's like, nope, I'm done. She leaves. Hop Hop, which again, this is why this show started creeping up more, is like, obviously, yeah, there's the liar reveal shit. But you see afterward, you like, you know, Slip? Shit, I can't remember his name. I remember Polly. Can't remember the other kid's name. I don't know why. Damn, Slip. I'm gonna say. But they come downstairs, obviously not knowing any of this, and they see Hop Hop worried as he just kind of treated. He's like, I've been sitting up all night waiting for Anne to come back. Like, again, he's a concerned grandpa. He's worried about his grandkid. He's step-grandkid. And basically, this then leads to where Sprig and Polly basically, all right, you go find Anne. We're gonna go find the music box. They leave. They find out that there's like these like little bugs that are underground that take shit and like make a shell out of it. And they took the music box. They checked where the music box was. Mind you, this also reminded me because like there's like a underground tunnel. They gotta find it because there's like a mating thing, a mating NATO or something. Love NATO. And I'm like, all right, that's a weird way to call an orgy. But Spring and Polly go, oh look, there's a little tunnel there. We can go through there. And immediately looking through that, and like they go, and it goes this way, and then it slowly goes this way, and then it goes straight down. And I'm just like, yeah, because in Texas I loved exploring some stuff when I lived out there for a little bit, and over there we have like these cemented rivers. Basically, they apparently at some point they must have been rivers, I think, and then like, you know, they were cemented over to make for runoff. I believe that's how those things are made. If not, maybe it was just dug out. But those things basically lead out that way, and some of them go underground. And I used to wonder, while wandering around Texas, sometimes I'll just walk around and stuff, I would look at those things, and I'm like, I kind of want to explore in there. But then I also think, what if I walk through there and it just suddenly goes, dunk? Or it's slippery and I just slide in and then you just go stuck into some underground, like, waterway with no way to call for help. Especially because back then I didn't carry a phone. But yeah, so like, watching this, I'm like, yeah, probably made the right call for some bits. But yeah, so, and basically they get stuck in the NATO, grab while Anne is back in the cave that she originally was sleeping in before she got taken back in by the planners. She talks to Rocky, which is a rock, like her Wilson. Hop Pop pops up and like you see his eyes glowing, and he's like ah, and then you see Hop Pop walking, and he look all sad. But basically, Hop Pop, tries to explain himself, and is just, no, I don't want to hear this, and that's when they hear Sprig and Polly in trouble. They run. Anne's like, I'm going to do this myself, and then eventually Hop Pop's like, no, we have to work together. They work together. They save Sprig and Polly. They get the music box back. When they're out of it, Anne's still like, yeah, I'm mad. I'm gonna leave, and like she's leave, and that's when Hop Pop spills the beans, saying that he basically blames himself for Polly and Sprig's parents' death. Which there might be more to it because the way they show it, it's kind of like it's very stylized. So they leave it to where like, and you don't really see Polly and Sprig's parents die. You just see them. You just see those birds that Sasha has the sword of, and that attacked the toads that Sasha saved. Everything. Those big things. Like you just see those things. And you see Sprig and Polly hiding it underground. And Hop Pop says, if I was there, I could have saved them. I could have saved their parents. But yeah, so then after that, like Hop Pop says that he just wanted to protect his family. He doesn't know what the music box is. He just knows that it's dangerous. And then he says, like, obviously, then he says, which again got me a little teary-eyed, which is the bit where he then says, like, I was trying to protect my family, but you are my family too, Anne. And I'm like, yep, there we go. And I started tearing up a little. I'm like, okay, that's beautiful and cute, and I love that. But yeah, and then like that was the last episode, and then everyone's like, yeah, are you guys ready for the first temple? And they're like, yeah, and now we're gonna have the temple. They got the music box, they got everything set up. The story is progressing more now. Which, mind you, again, like I understand why it took to the third season. Well, I don't even technically. This is still the second season, I guess, because apparently it's season 2B, I think, which is just weird. Just call it 3. If anything, we would prefer it if you called it 3, but beside the point, I guess. Well, I guess there wasn't really like a season finale, so I guess that kind of makes sense. No, there wasn't there? You could have called like them leaving a season finale. But yeah, so like I understand why. Again, season 1 obviously it was in Wartwood. It's building the world in Wartwood and a little bit of the Toad, stuff like that. And then season 2, it, at least the first half of it, explored Amphibia itself all the way to Newtopia, all these different areas, stuff like that. As well as adding a little bit more mystery with the golem and all this shit. And then you have now finally the story is starting to pick up. We have Hop Pop. We have now with the Hop Pop lie revealed kind of thing going. It's like, all right, cool. And then now we're gonna explore the first temple, which I hadn't seen like the clip where you see like apparently like there's a clip like clips or shows of like what's gonna come next. I didn't see that because I wanted to leave it as a surprise. But I do know Sasha's gonna be. I think Sasha's gonna be there. I hope she's gonna be there at the first temple. I hope everyone gets together. I don't know, but yeah, I'm excited. This looks cool. It looks like it's gonna be fun. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Again, this is what's bringing the score up for me for Amphibia. Again, like I never hate this show, mind you. If I put 1, 2, and 3, those are still very high on my list of animated series. That is still really high and these are out of running series right now. If we're counting anime and all that stuff, they're still pretty high up there too. But we're considering last year again, Kipo. But yeah, like they just need to keep going with the story, have a little bit more of those character development bits like that, show more like what's the mystery going on, and I think this is gonna be really good. And like I'm pretty sure after the first temple, like the first temple's gonna be done, and there's gonna be some kind of, and it's just a guess, predictions. First temple's going to be done. There's going to be some kind of map or riddle or something for the second temple. And basically, like, the reason why we don't go immediately to the second temple is going to be because Marcy's going to be like, well, I have to decipher this, or we have to decipher this, or we have to go somewhere to decipher and shit like that, and it's going to take some time. And we probably will see the second temple. Actually, wait. It's season 2. Disney usually only greenlights 3 seasons for animated series. Apparently, that's like a rule, and that's why, like, why is it like Gravity Falls ended at season 3? Well, Gravity Falls ended at season 3. Why Wonder of Yonder was supposed to get a 3rd season, but then he cut it at 2 for some damn reason. That rhymed. But yeah, like they only usually greenlight 3 seasons of a show, so like I'm sure there are some exceptions, but that's apparently what I've heard. So, you know, maybe it's better that they call this season 2B, but still. But yeah, so season 2 is kicking off, or this season 2B is kicking off pretty well. It's going with the story. I'm really excited for it. My guess is we're going to have the second temple either be the beginning of season 3, or we're going to have it at some point. Actually, hold on. Let me actually check, because I can actually check. Oh, no. Okay. So we are actually going to see the... Oh, we're actually going to get all 3 temples this season. Okay. So maybe... Wait, is this going to be the final season of Amphibia? Oh, maybe. But, yeah, that's my prediction. Again, there's going to be some kind of thing like, okay, well, we have to decipher this. It's going to take some minute, and we're going to keep going. Or maybe there's even going to be a split between the 3 factions of, again, newts, toads, and frogs. Who knows? But anyway, thank you for watching. I'm sure videos that I've done. Links are on my Facebook on this. Please share my videos. Hopefully you enjoy this. Please share my videos. The Ben 10,010, I should be coming soon. I have to look it up. I don't want to do, like, someone told me that there's clips that I could probably watch, you know, just get some quick clips in there, which I might do that, but also I kind of want it to be new when I go in and see it, so, we'll see. But thank you for watching, please share my videos, hopefully you enjoy this, and we will. See you later.